All right, so my next challenge is to try and recreate this carousel as best as I can. And this is so cool. There's so much going on here. It just is a carousel that includes all of the classic flavors that go with the OLIPOP brand. And when you hover over one, it gives you that cool little animation. And it's so fun. I already know I'm not going to be able to accomplish this perfectly, but I sure can try. And I took two good solid attempts that came up with two awesome results they work pretty well. So let me just share those with you. So the first one, of course, I'm using the carousel block. I tried to think of another block that I could use, but I did feel like the carousel did have this kind of UI that I needed, and nothing else was going to have that. So I did use that, and you'll see I have 8 different images uploaded to this. So look closely as I advance, follow the classic grape, and see how it moves over to the left, one increment, and each image follows the same pattern. So it does kind of feel like how each of these flavors move over one to the left with each click. And so I want to show you how I set this up. I had to use a separate design tool called Figma. It's my favorite tool to use for design because it's so efficient and clean and just intuitive in it. It's really nice. So if you haven't tried it, go ahead and give it a shot because it really will help you elevate your design work in Rise. So let me just show you. If you're not familiar, I'm sorry. I'm going to give a high-level overview, so hopefully it's not too confusing. But you'll see that I have all these different frames set up, and I have one for every click, basically. So there are those 8 images here, and I exported them all out and uploaded them separately to Rise. And so I basically just wanted to get those cards. I took a screenshot so I could replicate the style. Basically, it's pretty exact. But I used this as a reference just so I could stay really close to that design. And I was actually able to pull these images straight from the website. So there is a place. If I go to Shop All Flavors, this is where I can just pull these images here and save them to my desktop and then just drag them right into Figma. So that helped me save a lot of time. So then the next step was creating a rectangle in here and then looking at the corner radius because these corners are nice and round. So something like this, that doesn't feel on brand. The color's right and stuff, but let me enhance this and just give it about 20. And then now it feels so much better. And there's also the text. So I wanted to just use the Windsor Pro font, making it kind of small, making it the right colors and all of that. And then it looks like this has the corner radius applied too. So then I wanted to do this fun little star detail. So you see all of these flavors are rated something different. So that added a lot of time to my process, but it was a fun little value add and super cool to play around with. So I just created 5 different stars and did a mask here so that I could change it however needed, and that helped a lot with the workflow. So basically I just took all of these different flavors, copy and pasted, and made so many. So you can see all of them: peaches and cream soda, chicken cherry cola, Ridge Rush, ginger lemon, they're all in here. And so when I upload those images separately, it does finally give me this look. Takes a little bit of time, but it was really fun to play around with. I think my only thing that I would want to change about this would be making it full width just so it aligned better with the website. So it would really take up the screen and feel really impactful and engaging, and you could see this animation like working a little bit better. When it's like this, I felt like I had to describe it to everyone watching to know what was happening. It's not just like random. So I did want to try another view of this to isolate one flavor at a time, but still get kind of that vanishing little carousel feeling. So I did that here, and you'll see as I click through, it does still advance. So Tropical Punch was the highlighted here, but now it's moved to the left, and now we've moved on to Vintage Cola, and if I click again, Ridge Rush will be in the middle highlighted. So that's a really fun way, and I think there's a little bit more focus here on one item at a time. So if I didn't want to lean too close to the brand or like the website design specifically, I could go with something like this. It's a little more accessible because I have the text here written into the course and it's easier to read, but then I still have those fun elements like the star ratings and all of that. So I will walk you through how I set that one up in Figma as well. Of course, I used a reference screenshot to get all of the styling right, but basically took those same rectangles and groups in the design that I made before, and I had that set to 100, and then I just dimmed these to 25%. So it would look like they were disabled or just less important information, and this was what we were focusing on. So then for the second image, I just moved Tropical Punch over to the left, dimmed it, and then made Vintage Cola move to the center and brought that to 100%. So following that whole pattern all the way down with those images, exporting each frame out individually, and then uploading them into Rise, I was able to achieve this look. And I personally just like it so much more, trying to come back to that theme of creating practical designs for Rise courses and Rise courses that I might have in the future. This is a route that I would take over this one, but this one definitely looks a little bit more like the website and stuff. So there you go.